Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Set that notification bell so you don't miss a video. I upload every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today I've got a very special guest. I've got my mama. And we're going to talk to you today about what it was like being an NBA dancer, a senior NBA dancer, and a former NBA dancer, and all the changes going around in the league right now. It has been some heart-wrenching news here in Sacramento, and I just kind of wanted to use my platform to discuss this. If you're interested, keep on watching. Alright guys, let's get started. So you guys know my mom. She's been in a lot of my videos. My famous one is our braid one. So if you haven't watched that one, check that one out up above. Yes, she does my extensions too. Maybe we'll have to do a video of you taping in my extensions.
I can do that.
If you guys want to see that, comment below. Today we really wanted to focus on our experience as a former NBA dancer and is now a former senior NBA dancer. So a lot of things are going on in the news right now, and a lot of sad news, I should say. I was 18 when I started off as a Sacramento Kings NBA dancer, and I had a very supportive, very dedicated stage mom, cheer mom. She's been there my whole life, has just put her blood, sweat, and tears into everything I did to help me succeed to get to that pro level. Talk to me about what that was like being a mom, trying to get your daughter geared towards something that was a huge dream of mine.
Well, first of all, when you were 3 years old, you were a shy little girl. You wouldn't talk to anybody. I thought it would be really good for you to be out in public. And I love music. I'm a Shirley Temple fan. I still am.
She always had my hair in perfect
dream
curls.
was my little girl was going to be the next Shirley Temple for me, not for TV. So we put her in class, wouldn't talk. One teacher said, well, you know, she's so shy. I don't think this is a thing for her. But the owner convinced me that she saw potential.
Miss Elaine Reed. And
her first dance instructor at Elaine's dance studio.
Very big part of my life.
Yes, and she said, I really, really think this would be good for her because it will build up her morale. It will make her interact with other students.
She believed in me, and I think that was the biggest thing is that, I mean, my mom and I talked about this yesterday because I suffer from anxiety and depression, as does my mom, as did my dad. We have mental illness really runs in our family, and unfortunately has held us back in some respects, in some ways, but also has pushed us to do things beyond our mental illness, and which is depression and anxiety. And I think that dance for me was an outlet, I want to say, to express myself in a different way. I couldn't sing, I couldn't do all that other stuff, but I had a talent.
She was a little girl that everybody went to the right and she went left.
Okay, and grant you that was like one time in a dance performance, and I don't think I'll ever live that down. and you know, to this day it still gets brought up. But the good news is, if you were that person and you were that little girl in a class, you will eventually become a professional NBA dancer.
That's what I'm trying to get at. At 5 years old, I found out she was left-handed, not right-handed. So now I understand why you went left, because you go to what you're naturally, your body's telling you what to do. And to everybody else, she doesn't know how to dance. But her dance teacher noticed it. She noticed potential, and she kept giving you more classes. She kept pushing you because
she found a talent in me, and I was very good at acrobats. I was very flexible, and I could dance. And I think that she saw that, and she brought it out of me, and I eventually became a very good dancer, obviously, or I wouldn't have been able to accomplish the things that I have. But I think my whole point of this is that what a lot of people don't understand. Let's just fast forward for a second. The reason why we're putting out this video is because currently they are eliminating NBA and NFL dance and cheer teams. And I say that because NBA is more geared towards dance. NBA dancers don't like to be called NBA cheerleaders. We like to be called NBA dancers because most of us have spent our career dancing. I was a high school cheerleader, so it doesn't bother me too much, but it is. We are NBA dancers. And don't think we get that clarified enough. I think a lot of people just call it NBA cheerleaders. And right now, unfortunately, they're moving in a different direction and evolutionizing and trying to go a different route. The reason why a lot of us NBA alumni and current dancers are upset, at least the ones that have been eliminated, is because it's a part of our history, a part of our hearts, a part of our life that we feel like is being taken away. And when you spend all those years and all that commitment and all that dedication and all that money that she spent investing in something, and then you feel like that part of your life is taken away, it's sad. And right now, currently in the NBA, we've got 3 teams that have eliminated their dance teams, and Sacramento Kings being the most recent. And it's sad. It's very sad. And the reason why I'm also sad is because I've talked about in my other videos is that I coach my mom, and she is part of the senior NBA dance team, which is a whole new evolution in the NBA that the Kings were one of the first people to adopt. And it was so amazing to see my mom do what I was doing, you know, in maybe at a different level because they're 65 and older, but at a level that's hard for them because again, they're 65 and older. I have an 85-year-old on my dance team.
But we knew going into this at our age that we probably 1 out of 18 had dance lessons. Some were cheerleaders in high school, but 40 years later, you don't think you're going to use that.
Yeah.
So in that respect, we never thought we would be entertainers.
Correct. And they never thought imaginable that they never imagined that they would be dancing in front of 17,000 people at their age. I mean, a lot of it is a dream come true almost, and they will forever be grateful to the organization because the Sacramento Kings allowed that opportunity. They brought these women together. They gave them this honor to grace their presence on the court and learn this choreography from myself and other coaches to perform and entertain all the Sacramento Kings fans, which they ate it up. They loved our senior classic dancers. They've been doing this for 5 seasons now.
Who would have thought we would do hip hop?
Yeah, it's the
Our
unexpected.
years was tap, jazz.
I think this goes back to what it means to be an NBA dancer or a senior NBA dancer. And it goes beyond dancing. It's a sisterhood. It's a family.
It's an opportunity.
You form friendships of a lifetime. You bring in women from all over who would have never met to experience, especially as an NBA dancer, to experience everything you went through growing up. We all had the same path. We wouldn't have been able to make the dance team had we not had the same journey. So to experience that all together in front of 17,000 people is the most exhilarating feeling I will ever feel in my life. And you may look at me and go, okay, so you suffer from anxiety and depression. How were you able to dance in front of 17,000 people? And the same thing goes for her. She suffers from depression and anxiety as well. She was able to perform in front of 17,000 people. You don't think about that. When you do something you love, you're so passionate about it, you don't think that I'm going out in front of 17,000 people. You go out there, the lights are there. I mean, you see a crowd, but you don't really see a crowd because you get lost. You get lost in a passion of yours. And I don't know, I can't speak for you, but
music does that to
music
people.
Is therapeutic.
Yes, and that's what it is. Mm-hmm. And you go out there and it's a minute and a half, but in a minute and a half you go, where did the time go? Mm-hmm. What did I do? But I did it because you see so many people happy, cheering for you. It makes you feel good.
It makes you feel good. And I think that's the biggest thing.
Everybody has to feel good.
Yeah.
You have to have that once in your life to feel pretty, to feel talented. Who would imagine at almost 70 that I would feel that way?
I know.
I never would.
And that's what made me so happy, seeing her being able to do that, do something that
took me off my comfort zone.
It took her out of her actually I think it built her confidence. And I think that is what's most important to really focus on is something like this, something so traditional of having a dance team, a cheer team, whether you're in high school, college, NBA, NFL, you're a part of something. You're a part of an organization. You're an ambassador. You're a role model. You're going out into the public and you're meeting these young little girls that look up to you. I was a dance teacher when I was Dancing for the Kings, and I had students come to my games and run down the stairs and say, Miss Christy, and it just brings so much joy to your life that you have made such an impact on those children. And it's unfortunate, especially this day and age, I'm not a King's dancer anymore, but to have them be a role model to young girls now is even more impactful. Because
well, at this time, I have grandchildren, and I read media everywhere. I'm into the news. I read and hear so much of the teenagers, young girls, 10-year-old, 9-year-old, 17-year-old suffering from bullying, being bullied at school, suffering from
anxiety,
self-esteem,
self-esteem,
suffering of not belonging anywhere. Where do they go? It's not like you play basketball, you play soccer, but there's nothing really professional for women, as there is for dancing.
It's a very good point. Dancing is our level of professional sports or professional,
You could start off just enjoying taking a class a week and think, I really like this, because it's about you. Dancing is expressing yourself. It's all expressing yourself.
I always said that. I was really good at lyrical ballet.
Thing.
That was my thing growing up.
Forget the tap.
And that was always my thing, because I'm a very expressive person, and I don't have a voice, so I couldn't sing my feelings, but I could dance my feelings.
But you weren't a talker.
I wasn't a talker.
You didn't
growing up. I mean, probably people would beg to differ with me now because I talk so much, but I wasn't much of a talker back then.
And she didn't talk in school till the 6th grade.
And I think that was a way, dance was a way for me to express myself, to get my emotions out, to get that anxiety out. And grant you, she knows this. I mean, anxiety didn't just start as I was older. Anxiety started as a young girl, which I didn't know at the time was anxiety. We didn't know at the time it was anxiety because it wasn't anything you talked about back in those days. I'm 41. I mean, back in those days, you didn't talk, anxiety, depression, that didn't exist. That wasn't even a vocabulary in what would be diagnosed. But dance helped me get through it. And grant you, before every performance, before every recital, I was sick to my stomach. I was throwing up. We didn't know at that time that's what it was. We thought it was just because I have low blood sugar. We just thought maybe that's what it was. But I was always getting diagnosed for something different, but not for anxiety. And probably had we known back then, it probably would have helped me down the road. It's okay. It's not too late to get help, but and we're in a different age where anxiety is more prevalent and more depression is more prevalent. We still have that stigma. Unfortunately, there's still that stigma, and I completely despise that stigma because I don't understand why we still have it. I also don't understand why. How do I say this? I also feel that the word anxiety, panic attacks, depression are getting a little overused now. And
I think so.
It saddens me because people like her and myself and my father, who's not around anymore, he passed away. We suffered so bad with depression. I mean, to the point where each one of us have been hospitalized. And when you go through that and when you suffer a panic attack so bad that you have to be hospitalized, you have to go to a hospital because you think you're having a heart attack. I mean, that's how bad it is. I mean, she was with me through I was with her through her worst periods, and she was with me through my worst periods. I didn't even understand because I was so young when she was going through her mental health issues. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it till I got older and everything started unloading on myself, and that everything started breaking down as I got older. And when I went through that breakdown, I finally understood what my mom went through. I couldn't understand. Why suck it up? Like, why can't you function? Just get up and start functioning. I didn't get it until I was in that place where I literally couldn't function. And she had to take care of me. I took care of her when she was ill, and she took care of me when I was ill. And that's what you do. It's family. I mean, it's a bond, her and I. I don't think you can replace that. I don't think you can even copycat that because it's incredible. Yes, we went through it, and yes, it was devastating, but at the end, it just made us stronger. But that's the key, is that we're survivors and we're not victims.
We're not victims, we're survivors. And music has helped me.
Yeah.
Music
and I think that's where, even though we're getting off topic, it's still a topic. It's still a topic that it has to make people understand why dance is so important, why this tradition of having something like the senior NBA dance team and the NBA dance team is so important, because it is something that gave us an outlet.
When you go through school, boys play basketball, so do girls, but boys have an advantage to go to the NBA. They can go to NFL. They can go to professional soccer teams.
They can sign these contracts.
The only thing a girl has, a woman, a girl has to look forward to is pro dance, which would be NBA.
NBA or NFL.
Or NFL. Mm-hmm. What else do you have?
I mean, you can go on to be
a choreographer.
Go on
to be famous.
You could be music videos. Now there's So You Think You Can Dance, World of Dance. There's a lot of opportunities in the dance world now.
But not in your day.
But not in my days, there wasn't.
And it's not for everybody. A lot of people can't do competitions.
And a lot of people don't. That is individual. A lot of people want to do that group, that team.
I couldn't go out there alone.
Exactly.
But I have 18 women with me, and we're all the same ability.
And grant you have like America's Best Dance Crew, and you have dance crews that go on these shows too, especially like World of Dance. We love watching that. Yeah. So you have that opportunity to do that as well. But
there has to be opportunities for everybody, though.
Exactly. They're still not the same.
But we have to have something too.
The whole point of evolutionizing and changing the way things are in the NBA. Why do we have to change?
Why can't we just add and make it better?
That's the whole. I'll get onto that, but that's what's going on right now. Is these NBA organizations and NFL organizations are trying to evolutionize and be more gender inclusive and be more, just be cautious of everything going on with the Me Too movement and everything. And I don't want to get into all that. That's not what my channel is about. I don't want to get into politics. I just want to focus on the fact that, like you said, everyone has something different. People that are going to go into the dance world, and then they're going to go, okay, I want to go more this route. I want to go more of a dance crew, specialized crew. I want to do more like some competition.
Hip hop. Some are Broadway.
Yeah, some are Broadway. Some are gymnasts. Some are
competition.
There's so many different outlets, but let there still be that outlet. Let there still be that NBA, NFL outlet.
For the high school students who look forward to the dancers that take dance classes.
Or even the college dancers maybe want to go pro.
Right.
Maybe they've done college dance and they want to go pro after their dance career, after their college dance career. So let there still be those opportunities. Grant you, they are still going to have crews that will perform at the games, but it's not the same. They're saying that they have...
We can audition.
Yes. When they were let go, they were saying that they can have the opportunity to audition for these new dance crews that they're going to have.
Of all ages.
Of all ages. But let's be honest, we all know that majority of those dance crews will not include a 65, 85-year-old woman.
We can't do what they do.
Yeah.
We can't. People look.
We wouldn't want to hold them back anyway.
Correct.
It's not fair.
It's not fair to
It's
them.
not fair to them because they've worked their whole life to be on a crew like that, which is completely welcoming. I am so happy they're doing that.
I enjoy watching it on TV.
Me too. I love it. I'm excited they're going to do it. But why couldn't they add that on? Why did it have to be that they replaced a tradition, a historical tradition in the NBA and NFL to have a female dance group?
Well, what I don't
Why does that have that? Where is the women empowerment in that?
But what I don't understand is at my age, last year the Warriors had an audition, 300 showed up.
She's speaking about the senior NBA dance team for the Golden State Warriors because this has become such a huge epidemic in the NBA that they are adding senior NBA dancers onto their rosters, I guess you could say. It's become so popular with a lot of NBA basketball teams.
And
you can YouTube that and see it. Yeah.
They lowered their age. Made it available for their former NBA
NFL dancers
alumni to able to participate with the seniors.
Correct.
I mean, we were strictly seniors.
Yeah. But my girls, none of them really ever danced. Some of them, I think one maybe college dancer, but out of 18 women that I coached, most of them were not former dancers, or pro dancers to say the least. So for them to have that opportunity is just beyond amazing.
But it took me, you saw, it took at least an
I
hour or two
think-
every day to practice.
I mean, the only saving grace out of all this is that her and I won't be arguing anymore. Chest pump, Mom, please. Yeah.
Every time she did
yeah.
dance, she'd go, "Oh, we're gonna do this, the chest pump," and I'd look at, "Really?
That was
That's
not
my
her
worst
favorite.
nightmare."
But she had the most incredible smile. You know, she lights up on the court, and that, you know, you can't teach that, so that's amazing. Yes, we had some coordination problems, but that's okay. We got through them. She still made it through. She still made it through, and that winning smile, it always helped. But
I couldn't twerk either.
She couldn't twerk either. I don't know.
There's a lot there, but it wouldn't move where she wanted.
Not a lot of us could twerk anyway, so stop it.
And I tried. I looked at videos. I went, I Googled, I YouTubed.
She would be on the treadmill. I'd look over. We'd go to the gym together, and she'd be on the treadmill, and she'd be like, I'm like, what is she doing on the treadmill? She's like dancing on the treadmill. She's trying to twerk while she's walking.
It teaches you. I mean, you take lessons. Step 1.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah. She's definitely a very, very hard
I'm
worker.
very entertaining.
She's very dedicated classics dancer. So we've decided, I met with my classics last night to discuss everything that's going on, and a lot of them are just heartbroken. They're so happy that they had that opportunity, and they just are so gracious to the Sacramento Kings organization to allow them to have that opportunity.
We're very thankful.
So thankful, so grateful,
and
humbled by it.
Yeah, they
allowed them to do it, but they just weren't over. They weren't done with their journey.
We only did 4 or 5 dances a season out of 44 games.
No offense
we only did
to you guys, but it was a bigger blow to the younger girls because
they did it. Dance 2 games.
They worked their whole life to do this too, and
but we only did 4 or 5.
And it's sad for us alumni girls because it's a part of our history that I don't have children, but a lot of my girlfriends, a lot of my best friends that I danced with have young teenage daughters that have been training all this time to follow in their mom's footsteps, and now they don't have that. They can audition for the 916 crew, but it's still not the same. They'll never have that sisterhood that we had.
Is a lot different.
It's a lot different too, and that's a good point because, when I was dancing, we had a variety of different dances that we performed at the games. It wasn't just hip hop, and I grant you, hip hop is entertaining. I love hip hop. I'm a huge hip hop person, and I love one of my strengths is hip hop.
Our seniors were hip hop because the fans did not.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about
anything.
the younger girls. So the younger girls, the actual Kings dancers or whatever NBA dance team you are on, you focus on different genres of dance that you grew up doing, that you specialized in, and that's what made them so unique. And people like to see that. They want to see entertainment.
You did backflips from one side of the basket to the other
side.
The other side.
I was a competitive gymnast too, so
you didn't stop.
Yeah, that was.
We loved it. Everybody was.
That's entertaining. So I get the whole change.
But you also have different fans. So you have fans that
may enjoy that.
You have families.
Yeah.
You have guys, bachelor parties that go to a Kings game. You have a group of guys. You have suite owners, businesses.
It's true. It's a good point.
They bring their family. They want to see difference.
Exactly.
They don't want to see everybody do the crew because a lot of kids cannot dance hip hop. A lot of kids cannot.
Or may not be interested in that, and they want to see something else.
Right.
So I think that's where you run into, okay, so you're doing this, but you may just be catering to one part of the audience.
Correct.
Where you want to cater to everybody in the audience. And you brought up a really good point. We did a actual news interview today, and my mom brought up a really good point in this interview, and I don't know if they're going to show it or not, but she was saying that the Sacramento Kings dancers or any NBA or NFL organization, you're ambassadors. We just talked about this a minute ago, and role models to a lot of young ladies who look up to you, who want to follow in your footsteps, but it's more relatable to that Kings dancer or that NFL cheerleader. There are so many young girls that are struggling right now emotionally, in trying to figure out their lives with social media being such a huge impact on our society. And they are going to relate to let's just say one of the current NBA dancers right now, we'll say that, I'm not going to give any names, but maybe they'll pick one of those girls out and say, you know what, I can relate to her. I look like her, or I dance like her, or...
Well, funny you should say that, because you were 8 years old and you were taking the class of Step 1. And Pepper Vaughn was your coach, and you were the junior champ. You auditioned for it. It was boys and girls. Well, you had to take 5 classes, which were mandatory, but they were free. He offered it to students who committed to the junior
who
jam.
made the dance team. You have to make the dance team.
And
that was part of the requirement.
A junior, a teen, and an adult team. Well, anyone that devoted their time, and you were 8 years old, you were a straight A student, and you were still doing that, plus going to a different dance studio.
Plus, I was a competitive gymnast.
So we're taking the class, and some of the classes, because of her busy schedule, she had to take a jazz class with 18 and older. But Pepper Bond allowed it because she was still participating in the program. There was 4 King's dancers that day, and my daughter, at 8 years old, hid in the back. There was 100 people on the floor. That's how he teaches his classes.
Yeah, very popular dance studio in Sacramento.
She's probably 4'7" height, way in the back, tiny little thing, and Pepper stops the whole class. Oh, and of course, the Sacramento Kings cheerleaders were front row because everybody admired these girls. They were
one who ended
awesome.
up being my director down the road.
And he stops the class, and I'm in the parent seating, and he points to my daughter, and everybody stares at her, and I thought she was going to break down and cry.
Because, again,
she's good at that.
From anxiety.
And he points to her, and he goes, "You come here." And you walk over there, your head down, and he turns to the King's cheerleaders. He goes, "Someday, she'll have your job." And he was right. 8 years old. Pepper Vaughn called it.
10 years later, I became a Sacramento Kings dancer.
And actually, the girl became your director.
I know. One of the girls became my director. I looked up to them. They were my role models. And I knew I could relate to one of them. And
then he made you stand up there and dance with them.
I know. That was so intimidating.
Next to them.
Yeah. But
they welcomed you.
And that's the thing is, that's the part. And that's a good point. That's a really good story to bring up, because that's why it's so heart-wrenching of what's going on right now and what's going on in the leagues, because I just feel like we were listening to a podcast today and the girls hit it dead on. One was a Seattle Seahawks. She hit everything dead on. She was interviewing a few of our Sacramento Kings, current dancers, or that were current dancers. Yeah. And, she just hit every point right on. Our Kings girls did an eloquent job of, representing what that organization was about, what that being on that dance team meant.
One of them said she had a 5-year-old daughter. She tried out for 3 years, but wanted to show her daughter.
Yeah, Mariah, if
she
you
wasn't
watch
a quitter.
This, that's
she
awesome.
She was not a quitter.
And you are such a huge role model to your daughter. So if you ever...
And to every child.
If you watch this video, we are honored and proud that you were a member of our Sacramento Kings dance team, especially being an alumni dancer.
And she said, I tried. I kept going back till I got there.
You represented us well,
yes.
And I think that goes to show you that you could be a young mom, and still pursue your dreams. And that's what being on it just gives me chills right now. And the greatest thing ending this era, I guess you can say, is that I got to end it with my mom.
But why do we have to end it?
I know. I don't agree with it, but
you don't have to end it.
It's the situation we're in right now. And what I'm trying to say is, we don't have to end it, but it is ending. As far as right now, it's currently ending. Are things going to change? Or hopefully they might. And hopefully that maybe the fans will come forward and say, hey, look, we want these girls out there, which I hope to God that happens.
They are missed.
I hope to God, especially, even if they don't bring back my senior NBA dancers,
it's okay.
Bring back the Sacramento Kings dancers, bring back the San Antonio Spurs dancers, the Dallas Maverick dancers, the Seattle Seahawks.
But Sacramento is a very small marketing. Why?
It's a very small market.
Why can't we stay the family traditions? Why can't we want families to attend the games? Why can't one dancer will bring in her family, her parents, her friends. Just one cheerleader.
Why can't it just be like what we're doing right now, where it's a generation of?
Why can't they do? Why can't we keep our family
keep
tradition?
that tradition going?
Sacramento is the best fans in NBA. We've been told this throughout.
Yeah.
They try to take our kings away, and we
fought
and we
hard.
came back.
That was such an epic day to rally around the downtown area.
They try to take our announcer of 20 years or more. Last year.
Yeah.
And the fans fought hard for him.
Yeah.
Scott Mugg, we love you.
Yes.
He's the voice.
Yes.
He was the voice. You go to a game, you don't want to hear anybody else.
You just want to hear Scott.
His enthusiasm impacted everybody.
Yeah. It's
just like the girls impact. Everyone's talented. You have to audition. You have to go through interviews. You're just not going there and going, okay, I'm coming in a bathing suit. Yeah. It's not about that. It's about talent.
It doesn't even about what you wear or how skimpy the clothes are. I don't think they are, but
it's not for the money.
Criticism to the league right now is that the uniforms were too skimpy and all that stuff. You started hearing the negativity, but nobody was talking about the positivity. Nobody was focusing on what the positive message was being an NBA and NFL professional dancer or cheerleader. Nobody was focusing on that the last couple years that all this stuff has come forward. Everybody was just focusing on all the negative stuff. We can't move forward as a society if we're constantly focusing on the negative. We have to move forward in a positive way. Yes, what they're doing and evolutionizing, bringing men and bringing
is most welcome.
Is most welcomed, but add it on to what was already a beautiful tradition. Don't take away standard traditions. Just add on.
When something's working,
if it's not broke, if it's not broken, what does that say?
I don't know if I'm not
broken. If it broke, don't fix it. I don't know. It's something like that.
If it's not broken, why change it or something like that? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Senior moment.
I would delete this section out, but this is her and I, so I really shouldn't delete it.
Senior moment.
Senior moment. Senior mama.
Senior mama.
Senior moment. I don't even have
brain freeze.
Brain fart. I don't know.
Yeah. Brain fart sounds pretty good.
Brain freeze. Oh my goodness. Now we're going off topic, but
okay, you're gonna delete this part.
No, this is real. This is real life. This is her and I. This is our thing. This is our thing. This is our thing,
They took our dance and we gotta do
this now. This is what it's come to. So to end this talk, we just really wanted to come on in my channel, my platform, and just really talk about what it's been like to have that honor of being a professional NBA senior dancer and NBA dancer, former NBA dancer.
But what the Kings did for us classics, they brought a sisterhood.
They brought so much joy to your life.
Yes.
You'll never forget that.
Some of us attended college, some of us did not. Mm-hmm. Some of us never joined a sorority. Mm-hmm. This was our sisterhood.
Yeah. Yep.
We formed a bond. When somebody gets sick, we're all there.
And we thank my best friend, Jen Morrison, who was the director of the Sacramento Kings Dancers she was a dancer between her dancing years and her coaching years. She's been with the Kings for 18 years. Unfortunately, she, was let go because of all this going on, of letting the dance teams go and stuff. But we thank her because she made this possible for my mom and her aunt and my aunt and all these other 18 of these beautiful senior women.
And everybody was
come
welcome.
together, and and everybody was welcome.
She would say, bring anyone
it on.
That wants
like
to
we
participate.
want the inclusive. Bring on the men. We just couldn't find men to join us, but we
did
wanted
have
that.
1 year 5 men was on the roster to try out with us,
but they never followed through.
They never
so
showed
that
up.
wasn't our fault, though.
It wasn't our fault.
But
we were looking forward to it. Actually,
we have to thank her because she made that happen. I was at the lowest point of my life when my mom joined the senior NBA dance team, and I kept going with them, and I kept being there, and then I eventually became their coach, and she gave me that opportunity to do that, and honestly, I felt like it brought me back to life.
Yeah.
I just lost my dad, so.
She brought a lot of us retired ladies that had nothing
going for them. She gave them meaning. She gave them purpose. We gave them purpose as coaches, as directors,
we gave fans
follow
hope.
And you gave fans hope.
We gave fans hope that their parents, their grandparents, look
huge role models. Talk about role models. I mean, to be able to do this at over 60 and never have done this before and go out there.
It was hard work.
That's
Don't get me wrong, it was
and a role
not
model
easy.
in one. Like that
The
is
expectations
amazing. The
that
expectations, yeah.
was high up there. We couldn't.
I was hard on them. I was very hard on them, especially the last couple years, because I knew they had the ability to really entertain those fans and do a really good job, and they put in such hard work and effort. I was hard on them. I wanted them to exceed, and they were starting their summer classes already to improve for next season. We were so excited to get
Our
this ball
reaction a
rolling.
lot was, "You're the ladies that take your clothes off."
Yeah, we always had them take their clothes off.
We did a costume change.
Yeah.
We always had.
Yeah.
We start with one outfit, a robe,
Yeah.
or some type of shirt,
Yeah.
and then we come out with a t-shirt bikini. Who would have thought
Yeah.
a bikini on these ladies? And we blinged them. We had to be bling. Everything was bling.
It was
we were into our
awesome.
bling.
It was such a great thing. I'm telling you guys.
And the Kings gave us that.
And they did.
gave us that.
And they gave me the most beautiful gift. I gained 18 moms. You know, I lost my dad, but I gained 18 moms. But this is still my mama. Still my mama.
But I gained 18 sisters.
You gained 18 sisters, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. I will take that with
But
me.
I also gained the friendship of the last 5 years of the Sacramento King dancers.
Yeah.
We dressed
They
with
treated them so
We were-
good.
They allowed us to share their dressing room.
Yes,
They did.
They did.
They
Yeah.
didn't have to.
Yeah.
They welcomed us. They encouraged us.
They were so encouraging to them.
Not
Yeah,
one of them
supported
ever
them.
gave us
And that's
rolled
the
the
beauty.
eyes.
That's why
You
it
know.
really does just break my heart for current dancers right
They
now.
treated us like moms. Like they treated us like we were equal to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we didn't have half of not even 1 ounce of their talent.
I know, but you
And
guys
yet they
did it
treated
your
us like
own
we
way,
were
though.
equals.
Yeah.
You know?
Beautiful, talented young ladies. I wish them all the best, and I hope that they find a team that is still currently continuing the history of, you know, being an NBA dancer, NFL, whatever they decide to go into. I hope for the best for them, and I really hope changes are made. I hope that people look back and go, okay, this was a big mistake. I really hope that,
Lesson to be learned.
yeah, I have faith that hopefully something will change, but you can't control what an organization wants. So you just have to kind of go with it.
It's business.
It's a business decision that you can't control. You don't have to like it. You could be hurt by it. But it's their decision at the end of the day. And now these girls have
Be
to
grateful
find...
for what we had.
We have to be grateful for what we had. I completely agree with that. But it doesn't take away that the hurt and the pain that some of these young ladies
Yeah,
are
but you're
feeling.
still willing to work with us.
Well,
We're
for the
still gonna
classics,
continue.
yes. I was speaking about the current dancers, but yes, for the classics, we are going to continue our journey. So stay tuned on my channel. I'm going to be uploading some really cool footage of my senior dancers. We're going to continue dancing. We decided last night that that's our journey. We're going to be called the Sacramento Golden Classics. And hopefully, if people are watching my channel, they're going to see around the Sacramento area that they can have these ladies perform for them.
We did.
And yeah, and we're working on some fun little projects right now, so I'm excited about that. I don't want to take this opportunity from these ladies. I started
But you're
with them.
giving us that opportunity. Who's giving our Sacramento Kings dancers that now? You're giving it that to us.
I know.
But
Well,
who's
I'm
giving-
hoping they're going to be able to either A, move on to the next path of their life, or B, find another team that still has that sisterhood, that still has that opportunity to continue moving forward. Unfortunately, a lot of them can't pick up and move their jobs and move their life to join another team in either Northern California or Southern California or another state. So, and a lot of them have moved from different states to come be a dancer. So it's completely unfortunate. It's sad. What they didn't realize is what these girls have given up to be part of an organization that they respected and loved so much. That's the sad part of it all. And I just really wish nothing but the best for those girls, because they are truly some beautiful, talented, amazing young ladies.
I love those girls.
And I'm heartbroken for them. I'm heartbroken for my alumni girls. I'm heartbroken for my best friend who has 3 children to support.
The alumni were able to walk away on their own because they moved on.
Correct.
The future girls have nothing to
Have
look
been
forward.
wiped away of their dreams.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel.
And even girls who
The
haven't
current
even...
girls,
the current
future
girls.
girls, there's no
the rookies who had a taste of what it was like to have this
Yes.
experience for 1 year and wanted to keep doing it.
Right.
They
And
were
the ones that wanted to continue on.
Yeah.
The alumni outgrew it.
Unfortunately, there's going to be mixed feelings in the dance community. I think that, especially in the Sacramento area, I can't speak for other areas, but there's going to be mixed feelings because people are going to go, well, why can't you just audition for the 916 crew? Why do you have to stop? And that's a great argument. I'm not arguing against that, but I think until you've been an NBA dancer, or even like what you guys have been, senior
But
NBA,
now that's
you will
a good
never
point.
understand
But
what it's
that's
like
a good
to have
point.
that.
They are allowed to audition.
Mhm.
And everybody's allowed to audition.
Yeah,
Even our
correct.
age.
Yeah.
They told us to, there's a lot of positions open. Go on their website.
Mhm.
That's fine. But I'm almost 70. You think I'm going to go and audition against an 18-year-old?
Yeah, exactly.
I
No,
don't
it's probably
think
not going to
so.
happen.
That's nice.
Unfortunately,
They're
it's
very
nice that they're
nice
being
and-
inclusive
yeah.
about it, but
Yeah.
it's reality is
But-
it's not going to happen. So,
But the whole thing is that, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm thinking it happens in your moment.
that's all right. We'll end it there.
Yeah.
We'll end it there. I think we pretty much talked about everything we wanted to get off our
Oh,
chest.
no, I was trying to say, I remember now.
Oh, okay,
Remember
okay.
now. It's
Go
coming
ahead.
back. It's
All
coming
right,
back.
go for it.
I think the new girls, the future dancers, the alumni that had daughters that are 15, 16, that they've been dreaming of this moment to audition someday. Their dreams are dead.
Yeah,
They've been killed.
we talked about that. It's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
It's
Very sad.
I don't even know what to think. I'm so lost for words almost because I'm so heartbroken over it. I can understand why current dancers are mad.
I think
heartbroken
they're
over it.
mad because they were blindsided.
Well, absolutely. And I said they have
They're not
every
mad
right.
just to be mad. They love the Kings.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know
completely agree
one
with
girl
you.
that does not love the Kings.
Oh, you dance for a team
Yeah.
or any dance
Yeah.
team, any NBA dance team or NFL.
I mean, you go to a Kings game, you see the
Dancers, the
cheerleaders, you
dancers,
see the
yeah.
entertainment.
Like you're saying, like hot dogs to a baseball game or whatever sporting event is dancer cheerleaders to
Correct.
the game.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Makes
part
sense.
of it.
Yeah.
When it comes to the NFL and NBA,
Right.
that's part of
It's
it.
like
Yeah. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
Right, it's like
It's like eating a peanut butter sandwich without the jelly.
it's not
I mean, you
standing for
can't
the
have
flag
it.
when you first go into the game.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
It's taking that away from people.
Yeah.
You know, everything's become so political.
Yeah. But we don't want to get
So,
into that. That's
no, but doing the right.
that's
Everybody's
all
trying to do the right thing,
Yeah.
but nobody's thinking of the human person's feelings.
Yeah.
It's gotten away.
We got to get
from-
back to what really matters, and that's what makes people feel good, and you're starting to take away things that make people feel good, and I think that's the biggest thing that we want to share. And
Maybe they'll put a robot out there.
yeah, right. She'll probably be happy. Maybe they can chest pump.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know for some people it's not going to matter, but for a lot of people out there, hopefully a lot of young girls that are former dancers or cheerleaders or current high school cheerleaders, dancers.
What we're asking
hopefully.
is to stand for your daughters, your granddaughters,
your
niece,
sisters.
your best friend, your next door neighbor, all the kids you see at dance recitals.
That dream of having this opportunity.
We're asking you to stand for them.
Understand what they're going through right now.
We're
The emotions they're
asking you,
feeling.
it's about hard work.
It's not about fame. It's and being
not
out
about
there
the money.
and notoriety. It's
Minimum
not about
wage.
the money. Yeah. It's not about any of that. It's really just about
Tradition.
and
About family.
hope
Hope.
and passion.
Right.
Something, being passionate about something. That's what it's about. So I hope that, people may disagree and comment below what we're discussing today, but please be kind and please understand that everyone has a different point of view on things, and what I feel may be different from what another alumni dancer or cheerleader may feel. Everyone has different opinions and feelings, and just take that into consideration. We all have a right to our own feelings and discussing them. And I did want to go on my YouTube channel to talk about what we were talking about. I thought this would be a great way to do it on camera. And I mean, why don't we love just doing videos together? I mean, don't you love seeing us together? We still do.
Anything unkind, though, I can't handle it. I get very emotional.
We
Please,
are going.
Don't be
don't
rude
be
to me.
Don't be mean to my mom. You can be mean to me. Well, no,
Don't be
mean.
rude. Just turn it
We
off.
are going to still do our 10-minute makeup challenge using our fingers. We had a couple requests for that. So if you are one of those subscribers that asked us to do that, please be patient. We are moving right now, but we
And-
will be doing that.
And the extension one, I never was taught to do extension.
No, she taught herself.
I taught
and she does a
myself,
beautiful
and
job
if
with my
I
extensions.
could do it,
Anyone could do it. So we'll do a
'Cause
video
I
on
make
that
it very
as well.
easy. I do make it very
She's
easy.
really good at teaching. She's been a cosmetologist for 50 years at the end of this year. So she's an amazing teacher and amazing mom. So thank you so much for joining me on
Shouldn't
this
say that all the time.
video. Of course, we all have our moments, right? We're best friends.
Let me
we
tell you a
fight.
story, though. Let's end this with my story.
Oh, goodness.
It doesn't always go nice. When she was a junior in high school, she wanted to go to a party. I said, no, can't go. No parent. I'm not comfortable.
She said, if you walk out that door, don't let it hit you on the way out.
I said, don't let it hit your ass on the way out.
Mom,
That's what
this is
I said.
a family channel.
It's a family channel. That's
Beep.
what I said. Sorry, bleep. Anyway, she goes to her room, and she's a quiet little girl. But the room was too quiet. I mean, really quiet. I expected her to cry. I expected her to say, you're a mean mom. I didn't hear that. I go peek in there. The window's wide open. She went through the window.
Well, she told me if I go out the front
She
door,
outsmarted me.
I outsmarted her. She never said the window. She said the front door.
That's right. And
I
was
sorry.
angry.
I was a good kid, though, other than that.
I was angry
Yeah, she was
because
pretty
she
angry at me.
outsmarted me. Not because she
Not because
to
I went out the
party.
window.
It's because she outsmarted me. I knew where she was going. I go to the apartment where the girl was having her party.
It wasn't a party. We were going to go to a party. Oh, it doesn't matter. She goes there with her rollers in her hair,
I put
yelling
rollers
at
on,
me.
but I put the rollers on purpose.
I'm like, we're on the second floor, and she's yelling at me in the parking lot in an apartment complex where everyone can hear.
And I
Get your
whistled.
blankety blank down here.
And
Yeah.
I whistled, and the Mexican came out on me.
Yeah, the Latina, the Hispanic panic came
the
out.
angry one.
So, make a long story short,
She came back in the car.
I did, and she took me to jail.
I took her.
She took me to Folsom Prison.
No, I took her to juvie. And we sat there, 3 hours?
Oh yeah, she said get out of the car. You're gonna
Get out of the
you
car?
can go tell them what a bad kid you are.
I
would
don't wanna
not
be-
get out of the car.
I'm not taking you home with me.
She made me sit there for 3 hours until finally she caved. But yeah, she knew.
No,
She
you
was just trying to
promised.
teach me a lesson, is what she was trying to do.
But I did have a friend that worked there. And
Yeah.
I told her. I called her up. She's expecting
It
you.
did scare me. I
The
thought I was
door
going to
does
jail.
open. She was a little afraid. I
Yeah.
think you were.
But that was
Because I've never lied. When I say I do it.
I wasn't a bad kid though.
I didn't say you were bad.
Okay, all right.
I just said
All right.
I love
Kids
that
don't
story.
do that. Don't do that. If you're watching this show, please don't outsmart your parents like that. Mind your parents. They have your best interest at heart. Always
you know,
remember
if
that.
more
My mom is
parents-
always right. I
But
will
if
always
more
have to say
kids
that
would
about
do
you.
that,
Maybe not always.
parents would do that with their kids.
Yeah.
Just keep your promise.
Yeah.
Keep your promise. If
Yeah.
you're going to say something,
Yeah.
follow through. Because if you don't, you will regret it.
Yeah, you were an amazing mom, I'll say that. So mind your parents, do what they say, and in the end, you'll learn as you get older. I'm in my 40s. I understand now a lot, most of the time, probably 99% of the time, my mom is always right. And she always sees what I don't see. So, and that's the point of being a mom, I guess, and I say I guess because I don't have children, but, you always have your child's best interest at heart.
I really don't think as a parent that your kids understand you until they're over 40.
That's very true. I think you
I
learn,
think
or,
when
or
you're-
until you become a parent,
Yeah,
probably
no,
too.
not even that. When you're 8, you're not a parent, and you
Yeah, that's
understand.
true. But I'm
when you're
saying
18,
if you're
you want
younger,
to find yourself.
yeah.
Your 20s, you're growing into your after college. Your 30s, you want to get married. By the time you're 40,
And still
mom's
single.
right. What did I do?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
And
Yeah.
the time you're 50, I'm sorry, Mom. I want to talk to you now.
Yeah.
That's
But
the way
you
it is.
became my best friend early on, and I think that it's because of everything we went through.
We're
That brought us
such good friends,
together.
aren't we?
Yeah.
We have nothing in common.
We're so different. That's the funny part.
We're opposites. Let me tell
yeah.
you.
We're
I
very
like
opposite.
people. I like sun.
She likes crowds.
I like music.
Yeah.
I love dancing.
Well, I love that part too, but I'm not into crowds. I don't do very well. in
Oh, I
crowds.
love sun.
Yeah.
She likes home. I like people being in a crowd. Oh my
I
God.
like peace and quiet at home. Yeah.
Now you know why I like dancing.
I know,
for the
right?
NBA.
That's funny. She liked it even more than me. No, I'm
She
just
tells
kidding.
me, own up to it. You
Own it.
know you want to be out there. You know you love
the
it.
spotlight.
I go, leave me alone.
All right, guys, I think that's it. I think we've talked your ear off enough. Thank you for watching if you watched to the end, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please check out our other videos that we've done and my other videos. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, ouch! Ow!
All right.